Stop watching videos always about language learning. This makes you be an overthinker, and overthinkers don't have the space in the brain to be able to study more than 2 hours on a daily basis. But who am I to tell you this? Well, it's actually super simple. So I've been studying Japanese for 21 months. I've been studying English for 47 months. I don't study anymore though. In September, I'm going to have like 4 years studying English. That's awesome. And as an athlete, the person who is disciplined, I'm on a mission to help you get over your bad habits through language learning and make you enjoy the sense of putting effort when it comes to studying languages. And so let's talk about the first point. If you're wondering why is this in Japanese, it's because I'm studying Japanese, as you know. So the first point is very simple. You are not going to get more brain points, and brain points are literally your primary energy when it comes to doing whatever activity that you can think about. So what are brain points? In more specifically, so whenever you wake up, you always wake up with 100 brain points, and every activity you do comes in brain points. And so let's say that you want to be able to do some type of activity like this one, which is you wake up at 6, you made it for 30 minutes, you go out, you greet people, and then you start recording 2 to 3 videos for that day, which is basically what I did today. And right now it's 8 a.m. almost. You need to be able to do that at least. Well, actually for me it requires like a lot less brain points than it basically will require for you, because I mean I'm kind of like accustomed to doing this right now. But like let's say that you need 60 to be able to do all of the things that I did in the morning, all of the things that I'm doing right now actually. But like you wake up and then you start scrolling for 10 minutes, and then maybe you watch a video about language learning, like I don't know, for 10 minutes, 5, I don't know, 50 minutes, right? That means that you already now have 90 brain points. You don't have you don't have 100. Every activity consumes brain points. And then you have to go to work at 8. Right now it's 7. Right now it's 6:30, right? And then you start thinking about the clothing that you're going to use. That is another problem, because now that you're thinking about that clothing, now it's like 5 to 10 another brain points, because you're wasting all of your mental energy to think about something that you could have done yesterday, right? And then you say, okay, in 1 hour I'm going to basically start, and 1 hour I have to commute, but I want to study 30 minutes before I commute because I need to study. But then you say, okay, after I eat my breakfast, I'm going to start studying. And then you eat your breakfast. But like you're thinking now about what you're going to eat, because of course you haven't prepared that the day before. And then also you eat and you start digesting things. And so now you have like 20 brain points less. Now you have literally 60. You have just the exact amount to be able to do all of the activities that I did in the morning. But then you have to basically commute in 30 minutes. And so you say, oh, I'm not feeling like it, I will do it later. You commute to work, you work for 8 hours, you are efficient on something for 8 to 9 hours. And so do you think that right now you will actually be able to do the activity, which is like, I don't know, recording a video in Japanese or maybe reading in Japanese? Right now you have like 10 brain points. You have been efficient for like 10 hours straight. Of course, you will not be able to do it, right? And so you have to be very careful when it comes to consuming brain points, especially in the morning, right? In every activity you do. So you have to know the 20 and 80 rule, the importance of this rule, right? You probably have heard already about it, which is that 20% of the actions get you 80% of the results. And so when it comes to language learning, do you think that those 20% of the actions are watching videos? Of course not. It doesn't make sense, right? Watching videos is not an essential task when it comes to studying languages. And so that's probably why you have seen my videos kind of like change. If you have been watching my videos for some time, you know that I did edited videos, I did all of this type of like very different videos. And right now I just don't edit them. Why? Because the most essential task when it comes to basically explaining you the things that I want to explain to you, or a piece of advice that I want to tell you, is literally, when it comes to YouTube, just recording the video. That's the most essential task. And this gets you 80% of the results. And so when it comes to language learning, what is the most essential task? It's doing vocabulary and maybe doing immersion, depending on the level that you're right now. If you're on intermediate level or maybe advanced level, maybe the most efficient task that you could do is either start talking or be watching something, right? Maybe also a simple vocabulary, but that's another point. If you are starting right now, the most essential task that you could do that will get you 80% of the results when it comes to language learning is a simple vocabulary. It is literally as simple as that. Now, I want to talk also about this, which is that daily enjoyment, the importance of that, right? The importance of the daily enjoyment when it comes to studying languages. And so you will say, okay, but like, I don't have that much comprehension. How could I basically make myself enjoy something which is in which basically I don't understand? Because let's say that you are saying, I don't know, German right now, and you want to be able to understand German, but like you started like just 1 month ago, and you have like 20 to 30% of comprehension on the language, and now you can't enjoy it. Well, that's when basically my mission comes here, which is basically helping you to enjoy the sense of putting effort. You have to think about putting effort like something that is actually fun. If you're this kind of works different when it comes to women, but like if you're a man right now, you can literally kind of think about doing something or feeling in some type of way. You can even like search about this. I'm not going to like put all of the things like from where I actually like the sources from where I actually got this information, because I mean, or I'm just kind of lazy in that aspect. But you can literally think about feeling in a specific way, and you will feel like that in that specific moment. So try this for at least today. Let's say that you're not really a very social person and you go to a gym, or maybe you go to a class, or maybe wherever. Try to that before entering to a gym, before entering to a class, thinking about yourself like the type of person that is social, or thinking about yourself like the type of person that is happy. And believe me, you will kind of like be. So this is kind of stupid, right? So basically, there is something about making yourself think, like making yourself feel about a specific way, which is kind of fun. Which is that basically, whenever you think, so for example, whenever I force myself to do a smile, I kind of think like, oh, okay, I'm just very stupid because I'm doing this. But then, because I think that I'm very stupid, I'll actually end up getting a real smile because I think that I'm stupid, right? Actually, before recording this video, before recording the 2 videos that I recorded this morning, counting this one, I thought, okay, I'm not in really the mood of recording, but like I will like force myself to literally be in that mood. And if you force yourself to actually enjoy that sense of putting effort, you will notice that, okay, I'm actually able to do it. Stop thinking that studying languages and not actually having that much comprehension, which actually you can have, you could use ChatGPT and actually have comprehension since day one. Actually, you could actually do this with the new ChatGPT version that came out like, I don't know, I think 1 week ago, more or less. The new ChatGPT 5 thing. You can actually literally do lots of prompts and get it to literally make you stories with the type of vocabulary that you want and at the level that you want. And so you could have literally comprehension since day one. And this literally makes language learning just way more enjoyable. But that's another point. So you literally need to stop thinking that studying is something that is not fun. If you every day, I promise you, brother, if you do at least this for the first task that you do in your day, you will notice that everything becomes way more fun. I promise you, I give you my word. And if you do this for at least yeah, that first task, you will be the type of person that enjoys studying. And don't you think that is like super overpowered when it comes to like a student? Imagine your competitive advantage when it comes to other language learners, or when it comes to like students in your class. People in your class don't enjoy studying languages. People like the normal person, when it comes to studying languages at the start, don't really enjoy it, and you don't really enjoy the process. But like, if you're able to be that person who enjoys the process, of course you will have way more progress than them, because you actually do enjoy the thing, right? And so you have to know that that daily enjoyment out of the tasks you do is the most important thing. And so whenever, actually, this is another point, that whenever you live a very fun life, why living in a more fun life gets you actually more progress? That is actually the question here. So whenever you live a more fun life, you feel good, and whenever you feel good, you usually have more progress, and you feel more inclined to do the things that you actually feel attracted to. So do you think that a person that is depressed right now will actually want to study a language, just because he had that a wish, like, I don't know, 2 years ago? No, a person that is depressed will literally end up watching TikTok for 8 hours, and also eat Doritos while he watches TikTok, right? That is what a person who is actually depressed does. But do you think a person who meditates for 30 minutes, a person who enjoys, I don't know, giving advice to people, a person who, I don't know, brother, like, takes a swim bath for 1 hour every day, do you think that that type of person will actually do things that harm those people? Probably not, right? And so that's why living like a type of life that you actually do enjoy will get you more progress, just because you literally feel good. And feeling good is actually something that makes you also feel more confident. And if you feel more confident, you get more progress. It is literally as simple as that. So I actually was a friend of a guy, which he was called Saint, right? In Discord, I actually don't know his real name. And basically, he told me one day that he started going to the gym, and for the first month he noticed that, oh, I noticed that I can literally put more attention to my immersion, and so because of this, I actually do enjoy more this. And so do you kind of like, are you getting the point of this, which is that literally, if you start doing things that will improve your life, you will also get more progress, but also enjoy more your life. And so that's why living a fun life makes you have more progress. But then there's one thing here, which is the real meaning of having fun, the real meaning of fun, which is basically like, having fun is not watching TikTok for 8 hours daily. Having fun, okay, I was going to say that having fun is not playing video games, but like, there's two ways of playing video games. There's the healthy way, and there's the not healthy way. We can imagine that the not healthy way is literally playing League of Legends for 8 hours daily. At that point, you are not having fun, and maybe you are even treating it as your job, right? You are not having fun if you play League of Legends for 8 hours daily. If you play Rocket League, if you play Valorant, at that point you just want to improve at the game. And every game you play, if people don't take that game seriously, you actually get kind of like mad at the people who are playing with you. And so at that point, you're not even having fun. But like, let's say that you play Minecraft. I'm kind of against video games, but like, not that much. Let's say you play Minecraft, or you play like, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption. I actually don't remember the name, right? But let's say that you play Minecraft one time every week for like, let's say, 6 hours, like straight, one time every week. And you call all of your friends to play with you for those 6 hours straight that day. Do you think you will have less fun than if you play that you will have less fun by playing 6 hours straight than if you play Minecraft daily. No, that's probably more a healthy way because you're even calling people to play with you at that day. And so I actually do think that this is something way, that this is basically the way of actually having more fun, right? And so you have to know that doing something daily that is probably not productive and doesn't really make you feel that good is something that actually will not make you uh, have fun, right? But like you can imagine that if you actually try to like have prioritize that maximum pleasure of that thing, how will you actually get to do that? So you will probably stop doing that thing for some period of time, and then you will actually kind of like want to do that thing so much that you will end up doing it for like 6 hours, 8 hours straight, 8 hours straight, and that's when you basically scratch the itch of basically having wanted to play that thing for some time, right? And so the action I said that I'm going to give you here for you to actually have that, like, have way more fun and live a way more healthy life is that, okay, you're going to stop doing the thing, right? Maybe you are kind of addicted to video games, anime, Netflix series, I don't know, having sex with someone, whatever. Let's say that you study languages for 6 hours, 7 hours straight. You think that this is crazy, but like, hear me. Let's say that you study a languages for 6 hours, 7 hours straight for like 2 weeks, or maybe even 1 week, right? 6 days straight, 6 hours, 7 hours. But in the last day, the thing that you have lots of fun with, you're going to do it a lot. And so basically, you're being productive and you're not being distracted during 6 days. And then the last day, that's when you're having the lots of fun. And in this way, you literally maximize the amount of fun that you have, but also you maximize the amount of productive time that you have, because you're not thinking about the thing that you have to do. Because there's people that say, okay, but like, I'm just doing 1 hour of video games daily. What's the problem with this? And the problem is not that you're doing just 1 hour, which is probably not 1 hour, because I mean, 1 hour is just not enough. Like when I play video games, I actually don't play video games right now, but like when I play video games, I said, okay, I'm just going to play 1 hour, but then you end up playing like 3 hours daily anyways, right? And so it's not 1 hour, right? The problem is that you think that this is a rest. This is a type of rest, because people say, okay, I just do it for 1 hour daily at the end of the day to just unwind. But then if you treat video games like some kind of rest, you will notice that if we objectively analyze your brain, you will notice that it's literally at its maximum capacity. Because if you play something like an FPS game, or maybe you play an story game, you have to pay attention to a thing. You have to basically notice the things that you have to do, notice the people that you have to kill, notice the people that you have to help in the story video game. And so literally your brain is actually kind of like at its maximum capacity, right? And so you're at that point, you're not taking a rest, right? And so at least if you're going to do something that is just for fun, make sure that you do it for lots of time, so you get kind of satisfied by doing this. And you do it after you did some type of work, or you did some type of productive task, right? So the point here is, first, stop watching videos. In summary, all of the things that I told in this video, stop watching videos about language learning, because it makes you be an overthinker, and if you do it, you will basically start having more brain points, and brain points are literally going to make you enjoy more the sense of putting effort. Realize the importance of the essential tasks that you actually do have to do. That daily enjoyment is actually super important in the tasks that actually are productive, not video games. And if you live a very healthy life, you will have a more progress. And the real meaning of basically having fun, right? So basically that's everything on the video. I was going to explain something else, but I actually don't remember it. So that's it. Thank you, and be sure to check the first link in the description if you want to join my healthy language learning community. Bye.